Hi everyone, Michael from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au. Welcome to another video in our How to Invest in Gold series. Today we're going to look at exit strategies, and it's something that a lot of people don't give a lot of thought to prior to them actually investing in their gold or silver or platinum or palladium or rhodium. And we see that quite often in the store where people, they roll in and they say, look, I really want to invest in gold or silver, or I don't know which one I want to invest in. Can you tell me what I should get? And they're usually a little bit taken aback when one of my first questions to them is, well, what's your exit plan? How do you plan on getting rid of them? And they kind of go, well, I'm not sure yet. And that question really shows where we're going to go with the discussion from here on in. If your exit plan is, I don't really have an exit plan, I don't care because I'm planning on leaving it to my great-grandchildren and it's their problem, that's actually a legitimate answer to that question, and then it's kind of open slather where it doesn't matter which way you go because we're trying to talk 2 or 3 generations down the track. Anything can happen in that time. But if your exit plan is more immediate or more defined, it's far easier to actually start saying, well, actually heading down this path or down that path may, without limiting your options, may actually be more of an advantage to you. Let me give you a couple of examples. If your exit plan is to sell back to someone like myself, so a bullion dealer, I just want to roll in, I want a really simple exit. I want to turn up with my wheelbarrow full of gold, I want to walk through the door, and I want to walk out with a wheelbarrow full of currency. For whatever reason, I'm going to buy a house in the future or whatever, it doesn't matter. That is a completely different guideline to, well, look, actually I have a fascination with coins and I really want to build up a collection, and eventually I'm going to sell it to a fellow coin collector. Okay, well now we're going to go down different paths. So if you're one of the first option, you purely want to look at, I just want to roll in, simple transaction, and I want to roll out with my cash from the bullion dealer, the argument would be, why pay extra for a coin? Why not just buy a bar? Coins are generally, and I'm oversimplifying here, but as a rule, coins are far dearer than bars are. So if you just want best bang for the buck, you go for the bar. If your intent is to sell back to a bullion dealer, why go for a small bar? Why not go for a large bar? Because the larger the bar, as a rule, the same as if you're buying sugar in the supermarket. If you're buying a small, 200 gram bag of sugar, you expect to pay far more per gram than if you're buying a 20 kilo bag of sugar, because you're now buying in bulk. Same thing works for a bar. If you're buying a very small bar, and we've touched on this in one of our previous videos and we'll link it above, but if you're buying a very small bar, you're going to pay a higher premium than if you're buying a larger bar as a rule. When it comes back to selling it back to a bullion dealer, we tend to not really care too much what size the bar is unless you're getting right out into the larger bars. We don't tend to care, we'll give you the same either way. However, if your exit plan is, well, I might want to make several smaller redemptions as I need the cash, 1,000 here, 1,000 there, well then a smaller bar and paying the extra premium is a little bit better. If your intent is to sell it onto back into the private market, then okay, a smaller bar again is probably better because not everyone has a spare 50, 100, 200 grand for a kilo of gold sitting in their back pocket, so you're limiting your market there. But again, if you're coming back to selling to a bullion dealer, we kind of don't care, so go for the bigger bar. If your intent is to build up a bit of a collection, I want a collection, I want things that I take pleasure in, they grab my fancy, and I don't mind selling them slowly into the secondary market, whether I'm using one of the coin collector forums, whether I'm using an eBay type thing, if that's around at that point, then yeah, sure, go for the coin. You're going to pay a bit more up front, but the chances are you're going to be able to extract that extra premium further down the track. So this exit plan is far bigger than most people think about in the first place. What am I trying to do? It's great to look at, I want to get into it, but your very next question needs to be, what is my intent? How do I plan on getting out of it? And it's really important that you have that discussion both with family, because it may be you, it may not be you that's exiting it, But it's also important to include possibly your bullion dealer or some form of financial planner in that process as well. So they can give you some advice of, well, look, if your intent is to sell it back to me, best bang for your buck. No, look, you're interested in collecting. There's 1,000,001 exit plans, and I dare say there'll be a lot of comments underneath of, well, what about this one? What about that one? How about that? And I encourage you to put those comments in there, and we'll try to answer them as best we can. Also, our contact details will be below as well, so feel free to contact us via email or phone or come by the store, and we're more than happy to have this discussion with you at that time as well. All right, stay tuned. Subscribe to this channel because, like I've said in previous ones, there'll be more of these type of educational videos coming along. I encourage you to spread them around a bit and help your family and friends to have these discussions, even if it's only to understand why you're considering going into it rather than even for them. But it's a great idea to open the door, and this is a very non-threatening way to do it. All right, that's it for now. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll talk again soon. See ya.